Mr. Gardner, how you doing today, sir?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. My name is David Piercy. I am the finance manager that will be assisting you with all of your legal and DV documents. It's my understanding that you're purchasing a 2020 Honda Accord LX today.
Yep, that's right.
Fantastic. What color did you pick? Was it the black one I saw him pulling in the back?
Yep, it's a black one. The black rims.
Man, that's a pretty color.
My favorite color.
Fantastic. Now, I'm also going to be assisting you with the financing, I understand.
Yes.
Fantastic. Before we get going on a few of the documents, can I get you anything to drink?
No, I'm good to go. Thank you.
What I want to review with you first is all of your sales figures. Just want to verify accuracy, make sure that we are both on the same page.
Okay.
All right, so the first one I have for you here shows that you are buying a 2020 Honda Accord. Shows that your sale price is $22,995. Shows here that your trade allowance is $5,575 with a payoff of $4,000. It also shows that you have an initial investment of $1,500. Will you be taking care of that with cash or card today?
My card.
Perfect. When we get all done with the paperwork before you leave, I will collect that from you and get you a receipt. Now, I also show your payment of $426 a month for 60 months with a 7.5% rate. Now, is this your signature on the bottom?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Next one I want to go over with you is our We Owe You Owe document. Simply states that nothing was implied or promised to you by the sales department, and that when you leave here today, you don't owe us anything. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And is that your signature here at the bottom? Perfect. Thank you. Now, the next two I want to go over with you is your customer statement and, of course, your credit report. It's required by the lender that I verify the customer statement for accuracy. And then going over the credit report gives me a good idea and understanding of what's going on so I can find the most suitable rate and terms for your situation, okay?
Okay.
So here is your customer statement that you filled out with the sales department. I just want you to verify for me, if you could, your name, social, and birth date.
Yep, everything looks good.
Fantastic. Can I show that you live at 123 Main Street here in Scottsdale and that you've been there about 5 years?
Yes.
Fantastic. I show your nearest relative is Angela, and she lives at 543 Walnut Street. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And is this her phone number right here?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. For income, I'm showing that you're the owner of ABC Cleaners here in Scottsdale. Looks like you've been in business for about 10 years now.
Yep, 10 years.
Congratulations. That's an accomplishment.
Thank you. First decade is always the hardest.
Absolutely. And with the economic times we're facing right now, for you to still be going strong, that's a good thing. Congrats.
Thank you.
Now, I'm showing that you report about $5,000 a month in gross income. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. I'm showing your mortgages with Wells Fargo, payments about $1,500 a month.
Yep. Yep.
Also showing that your only open auto right now is the 15 Honda Civic with M&T Bank and a payment of $300.
Yes.
Fantastic. Looks like you marked no to repossessions, garnishments, and charge-off, correct?
Yes. Well, no, yes. Yes to no.
And, okay. And this is your signature at the bottom?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Okay, so I want to go over your credit report with you now, as I stated earlier. Have you had a chance to take a look at it recently?
I have not. No, I haven't seen it.
I'm going to deliver some good news. Your score is sitting at a 665. That's phenomenal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. With the virus and election year, a lot of people are struggling right now. I didn't see any of that on your bureau.
I tried.
So, yeah, you did good. If you notice here on the second page, the M&T Bank loan looks perfect. Both credit cards paid perfect. Looks like you've had a few others that you wiped the balance off on, which is good. I was kind of curious though here at the bottom about this Ally Financial loan. It says it's a 72-month loan, but you paid it off in 4 months. What happened there?
Well, I got into an accident and they totaled the car out.
Oh no, is everybody okay?
Yeah, everybody's okay.
Fantastic. That's most important. You know, cars can be replaced, people can't.
Yeah, very true.
Now, David, was there any financial hardship? Did you have to come out of your pocket to get that loan satisfied?
Yeah, I had to. I wound up having to put some money on a credit card for a couple of,
Oh no,
unresolved
how much?
about $6,000.
Oh wow. Now, did that include your deductible or
Yeah, yeah, that includes the deductible.
on a credit card? They really gouge you on those interest rates.
Yeah, especially when you start charging up, to that amount of money.
Yeah, that's a later on. I'm going to go ahead and go over a product with you that I think can maybe save you some money in the future if something unfortunate like that happened again. Now, before I move forward, on the first page here, I noticed a small judgment with the state of New York in the amount of $462. I don't think it's going to be an issue with the bank, and I don't really need a bunch of details. But if they were to ask about it, can I tell them if it's been paid or not?
Yeah, well, it has been satisfied. I'm not sure why it's still on the credit report, but it was satisfied.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Like I said, with 665, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But if they do, I'll reach out to you via email, and we'll square that away.
Okay.
Now, what I want to go ahead and do next is start reviewing and endorsing all of your legal documents. We're going to start with all the documents for your trade-in. I like to think of it out with the old, in with the new.
All right.
All right. First one I've got for you here is your secure power of attorney. What this form does is obviously shows the vehicle that you're trading in today, the 2015 Honda Civic with 98,747 miles. And what this form will do will allow me to take ownership out of your name and put it into our name. I just need your signature here at the bottom. Perfect. Thank you so much. Now, 98,000 miles. That's kind of a lot of mileage. Are you planning on keeping that the same with the Accord?
Yeah, I might have to, drive out a little further because we are planning on opening another cleaning store.
Oh, that's great news, though. Congratulations. Expansion is hard to do right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been blessed.
Uh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Next document I've got for you is the secure odometer disclosure. This one, once again, just reiterates your mileage of 98,747 and states that it's accurate and hasn't been tampered with. I do just need your signature here at the bottom. Thank you. Next one I have for you is the bill of sale. This document says that you are in fact trading the vehicle with us today, that you are delivering it today, that we are giving you $5,575 for it. At the bottom, it also shows that we will be sending $4,000 of that to M&T Bank to satisfy your loan with them. So I'm going to have you sign here in the middle and also at the bottom. That way I can send that payoff check to them and get the title back. Perfect. Thank you so much. Next one, everybody's favorite, is the sold notice. This one goes to the motor vehicle division. It will relieve you of all responsibilities to the Civic after today. So if there happen to be any accidents or tickets, that would fall on us and not you. I just need your signature here at the bottom. Thank you again. Next one I have for you, and the last one for your trade-in, is payoff verification. This one, as you can see here, lists all of the information for M&T Bank, as well as your trade-in info. Shows that your payoff is $4,000. Now I'm going to have you sign that at the bottom, but I need you to understand that if for any reason M&T Bank lets us know that your payoff is higher, you would be responsible for that balance. If in fact, though, it's lower, you will get a refund for the difference, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Fantastic. Go ahead and sign here for me. Perfect. I'm going to get all these out of the way. Are you excited to finally take the new car home?
I sure am. I can't wait to get into it.
Got any big trips planned to take it on?
Not yet. You know, I'm sure soon enough we'll figure out some place to go.
Yeah, work life's keeping you busy, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of running around with the job.
Right on. Okay, so we're going to get started on your new vehicle. Got a few documents to endorse. First one, another power of attorney. This one will allow me to take ownership out of the dealership's name, put your name on it with Honda as the lien holder. If I could, please get your signature right here. Fantastic. Next one is the odometer disclosure. This one states that on your 2020 Honda Accord, you are aware it has 21 miles on it, and that the mileage hasn't been manipulated. If you could, please sign right here. Thank you so much. All right, next one I have for you is just confirmation of accidental and physical damage. Layman's terms, it just means you know you're going to keep full coverage on it, and that you're required to for the full extent of the loan. If I could have you sign right here at the bottom. Appreciate it, David. Next one I have for you is the title and registration application. This one, simply put, this is how I'm going to register the vehicle and get your name on the title. Before I have you sign it, I do want you to verify that I have gotten all the spellings correct here at the top.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Perfect. Go ahead and sign here for me. Thank you. Okay, David, now we've spent a little time, we've kind of talked about your vehicle, how the mileage is going to go up a little bit this time around. We also talked about the unfortunate event when your vehicle was totaled and how that costed you, quite a financial hardship. I've got a few protection options and a total protection plan that I want to go over with you. First thing I want to do is kind of talk about the manufacturer warranty. Okay. Honda provides you a 3-year 36 limited factory warranty. Okay. It's a phenomenal warranty to have. The problem that you're going to run into is putting 20 to 25,000 miles a year on it. You're going to run out before the 3 years. If I had to take a rough guess, you're probably going to run out of that warranty coverage in about a year and a half. Okay, your loan is for 60 months. It's going to leave you 3.5 years of unprotected time. When we both know things like to happen when we don't have warranty coverage. Okay, some of the things that you could potentially run into, just to give you an idea. Here in Scottsdale, we know it's hot. Summers are brutal. Last thing we want to deal with is the AC compressor going up. Right now, and as we've noticed over the years, parts and labor have both increased, and they're not showing any signs of getting cheaper anytime soon. Right now, it's estimated that a compressor is going to cost you about $1,200. And most of the times, that's just in parts. That's not counting labor. Okay? You bought a very sophisticated car. Fantastic car. It comes with a lot of computers, a lot of gadgets, things that unfortunately can go wrong. Cars are great nowadays. Engines and transmissions, those are the strong points. Generally, those last forever. Things like navigation. Navigation system can cost you about $2,000. It can be very, very expensive to fix. It's not like the old days where they used to just plug and play a few parts. Now they've got to replace the whole unit. Okay, that takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. My suggestion or my proposal to you would be to secure your vehicle with a 5-year, 100,000-mile extended service contract. The Platinum package, I believe, would suit you the best. It's going to cover engine transmission. It's going to cover your front suspension, your front and rear suspension. It's going to cover your front wheel drive. It's going to cover a lot of electrical. Some of the electrical that's very important that people don't think about is your alternator. Your alternator keeps everything going. Without the alternator, car runs off the battery dies, car's dead. Alternator is kind of like the heart. Heart stops beating, we start moving. Okay? Goes into a lot of detail on things like power windows, radios, as far as the speaker system and antennas, your tire pressure monitoring systems. I don't want to bore you. I could keep going. It covers a lot of things. What makes more sense is to tell you about the things that it doesn't cover. Normal wear and tear items, tires, your oil changes, all your flushes like transmission flushes, wiper blades, tail lights, headlights, things like that. Okay, the simple things. We're okay paying for those. Those are the simple things. We want the coverage for the expensive repairs. Okay, it has added benefits. It goes far beyond just taking care of parts and labor on major mechanic. Some of the added benefits, you do some traveling for work. Okay, you're looking at expanding. Maybe you're going to drive a few hours away to scout out a new territory, to put a new cleaning business. Something happens and the car breaks down. Extended service contract takes care of you. It's nationwide coverage. Now, as long as you're doing the service with us, there's no deductible. But if you are out of town on business and your car broke down, you get the parts, labor paid for by the extended service contract with just a $100 deductible. Okay? You're busy, you're on business, you don't have time to sit around and wait. They do have rental car reimbursement. Covers you up to $35 a day for the first 5 days. If for some reason you had a part on back order, which can happen from time to time, you can petition to get an additional 5 days. Okay? Okay. You kind of talked that you might look at planning a vacation with the family moving forward. So let's say you're out in Florida visiting family. Okay? Car breaks down. Maybe you only got halfway before you got to Florida when it broke down. You don't have anywhere to stay. You've got to get a hotel. You got to feed the family. They have trip interruption with the extended service contract. Covers you up to $100 a day for 3 days for food and lodging. Okay? You also get 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365-day a year roadside assistance. This is one of my favorite benefits. It's Christmas Eve. You got a last minute gift you got to go get. You run to the store. You forgot to shut your headlights off. Come out, car's dead. What are you going to do? Car's dead.
Call roadside assistance?
You're right. You're going to call roadside assistance and they're going to come out and they're going to jump your battery, even on Christmas Eve at 6 o'clock at night. Let's take it a step forward. You're going to visit family on Christmas Day. You're in such a hurry getting the wife and the kids ready, you forgot to stop at the gas station and get gas. Halfway there, you run out on the side of the road and it's cold. You're going to call roadside assistance. You're not even going to think about it. They're going to bring you enough gas to get you to the gas station. Yeah? Okay. With this kind of coverage, with all of these added benefits, wouldn't it make sense to protect not only your vehicle and keep it in top shape, but also protect your family and your finances?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. I see the value in it. It's just that, I don't know if I can afford it.
David, I get it. I understand completely. When I'm sitting in your seat, budget and cost is my number one priority, outside of finding a safe vehicle for my family. Okay? So I can appreciate your concern. Humor me for just a minute. Okay? Let's reverse the roles today. You're selling me a car. Okay? So I'm going to buy that beautiful Honda Accord from you. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you $5 a week for the next 5 years. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm going to need a few things from you. I'm going to need your cell phone number. I'm going to need your landline if you have one. I need your office number. And I even want an email that you could respond to any time of the day or night. Okay? Take it a step forward. I also need your credit card. I need all the information, the number, the expiration date, CVC code. Because when my car breaks down and it's not a normal wear and tear item, I need to charge that card to pay for it. So that means if in 2 years, unfortunately, my transmission went sideways and I needed a new one, I'm going to rely on you to pay for that for me. I'll take care of the $100 deductible if it's required, but you'll take care of the rest. And on Christmas Eve, when I'm out getting that last minute gift and my car's dead, I need you to stop what you're doing and come take care of me and get my car back on the road. I know it's Christmas Eve and it's unfortunate, but that's what I need you to do. Now, I decided I wanted to go out to Utah on vacation and my car broke down. I need to be able to call you and I need you to have a smile on your face and I need you to pay for my hotel room and pay for my meals for 3 days while my car's getting fixed. And if I get bored of sitting at that hotel and I need a rental car, I'm going to need you to take care of that too.
Oh boy.
Sounds like a great deal, right?
That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, but it sounds like a great deal.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it that way.
Absolutely. Now, David, for just $5 a week, doesn't it make sense to go ahead and protect your family and your vehicle?
Yeah, I think so. That does make
Absolutely.
sense.
I knew you'd see it that way. Now, we talked about the unfortunate event of when your car broke down or when you had a total loss. I apologize. And if my memory serves me correct, you said it cost you about $6,000.
Yes, 6,000.
Okay, and that included your deductible. Was it still 500 at that time?
Yeah, it was. They were $500. Yep.
I have a protection option that could have made that entire situation go away, where you could have walked away with no money out of your pocket. Okay, it's guaranteed asset protection. A lot of people hear it in the industry as GAP. Maybe that's how you're familiar with it as well. What GAP does is GAP has your back. When you're driving 20, 25,000 miles a year, it's unfortunate, but cars do lose value and they depreciate quickly when you put a lot of miles on them. So even though you're getting a great deal, in 2 years, the first 2 years, you might be in a situation where you have some negative equity and you're right back in that same situation again. God forbid, but if unfortunately you were to wreck your car, you'd have an out-of-pocket expense. And you'd be left with a few choices. You could once again put it on a credit card, pay a high interest rate. I know you don't want to do that again. If you have the capability, you could write a check for it, but it sounds like a family man with an expanding business might not have that kind of money just floating around. I know I do. Okay? You might be able to trade it. Your credits at that point, you might be okay to roll that negative equity into another loan. But with your payment that you've agreed to today, imagine it $100 more when you roll that kind of negative equity into it. That's a financial hardship. You weren't prepared to do that.
Right.
The last option, and I never like to recommend it because I don't think it's an option at all, is you could just not pay it. It can be reported on your credit report as a charged off bad debt, very similar to a repossession, and it will tank your credit. It'll destroy what you worked so hard to build over the years. Okay?
Yeah.
So of all those choices, there's really only one option, and that's to get GAP. Guaranteed Asset Protection will step in, pay that deficiency up to $50,000 on vehicles valued up to $100,000. They will also take care of your deductible up to $1,000. If you would have had GAP when you totaled your vehicle out with that accident, you would have walked away owing $0. With that being said, do you see the value in having gap this time around?
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that I definitely don't want to leave, the dealership without again. That's one of those
Absolutely.
things.
Absolutely. Great choice. What I've got two more for you. Okay. I like to refer to these two as peanut butter and jelly because they just go great together. Everybody likes peanut butter and jelly, right?
Yeah, one of my faves.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. Do you know what the number one property crime is in America?
Uh, Vandalism.
Close. You know, I stump everybody with this because no one even realizes that it's auto theft.
Really?
Really, absolutely. Statistics have shown that a vehicle is stolen every 39 seconds in the United States. Okay, that's well over 700,000 vehicles stolen every year. Okay,
Wow.
thinking, why are you telling me about this?
That's a
Okay,
staggering statistic.
Honda. Okay, it's a great statistic. Let me take it a step further for you. Honda Civic, Honda Accord, two most recovered vehicles. I know you love the product. You've been with Honda twice now.
Yeah.
So
One
does
Civic
everybody.
Accord.
Yeah, so does everybody else, even if they don't pay for it.
Yeah, about that.
Being a sought after vehicle holds value. So thieves are naturally going to go to vehicles that will bring them money. Okay? We don't want to deal with that. So LoJack comes into play. It's a vehicle theft recovery system. In fact, it's the only one that works in conjunction with a state and local police department. So imagine this. You're at a Christmas party, you're having a great time, it's time for you and the wife to leave. Go outside, your car's nowhere to be found. Someone stole your car. Call the police. Hey, my vehicle's been stolen, but I have LoJack. Here's my VIN number. Instantaneously, the police report it. They mark it as stolen, and in their database, they activate the LoJack system, and instantaneously, they have the exact location of your vehicle. Why? Because it uses radio frequency. It's not like satellite where you're listening to Sirius XM, you go through a tunnel and radio's off. You gotta wait. Doesn't work that way. With the radio frequency, no matter where they're at, inside of a car garage, doesn't matter, they know where your vehicle is. LoJack has been, yeah, LoJack's been so effective that the recovery time averages at just 2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours. Very
Mm.
quick. They have a 96% recovery rate. They're very good at what they do. If you're like me, statistics are great, but I want to know what's in it for me. Okay? So you get LoJack, get it installed, your vehicle gets stolen. They guarantee you that they will find it in the first 24 hours. If they don't, they'll refund you the full purchase price. Sounds pretty good?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, let's
absolutely.
take it a step further. Let's say they don't find it in 24 hours. So you've been refunded. They're still looking for it, even though they don't really have to. They gave you your money back, but they want to find it. If they don't find it in 30 days, they'll feel so bad they will pay you a cash benefit up to $5,000 for your hardship, for your pain and suffering.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Now, with that being said, do you see the value in having LoJack to protect not only your vehicle, but your finances?
Yeah. In that particular case, yeah. I
Absolutely.
had no idea about that statistic.
Yeah, I didn't either. You know, and I never would have imagined that a vehicle stolen every 39 seconds. That blew my mind.
Yeah, that's pretty awful.
Now, we think about vehicles being stolen, and that's terrifying. We don't even want to think about that happening. We want to prevent it, right?
Yeah.
That's where on-guard theft protection comes in. This is kind of the jelly. sticking to that peanut butter, okay? So
Okay.
what on-guard theft protection will do is they have a technician that engraves serial numbers on all 6 pieces of glass in your vehicle. It's not god awful, it's not a distraction. It's at the top of the window, usually in the right-hand corner, okay? Can't wash it off. It's engraved in there, you can't scrape it off. It's permanent, okay? It's also got a few stickers that will allow people to know you've taken your vehicle very seriously and you've protected it with on-guard theft protection. Okay. When a would-be thief sees that, they're going to understand that if they steal this vehicle, A, police are gonna know it's yours because it has a marker on it, and B, they're gonna have to come out of pocket. They've got to replace all of those pieces of glass very quickly because no chop shop's gonna want anything to do with it. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't stop. I mean, it doesn't necessarily stop a would-be thief. Occasionally, a vehicle's still going to get stolen. Okay. They're there to try to deter it. LoJack's going to be there to recover it. If LoJack does not recover your vehicle within a 30-day period, not only are they paying you that up to $5,000 cash benefit, on-guard theft protection steps in to pay you up to $4,550 in a cash benefit. So we wrap this all together, okay? GAP pays your vehicle off if it's stolen and not recovered. They pay your deductible. LoJack pays you up to $5,000 because it wasn't recovered. And now on-guard theft protection steps in and pays you up to $4,550 if it's not recovered. You're now looking at over $9,000 in cash payable benefits for having these products. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I like all the products. They're all great products.
Fantastic. Now, I went ahead and took the liberty because I thought you'd kind of be on the same page as me, and I built you a few package options so you can look and see which package will be most affordable to you so you can take advantage of these great benefits. Okay. What I have for you here, first off, I want you to know, David, nothing's changed. Your cash price is still $22,995. Your first initial investment is $1,500. Trade allowance $5,575 with a payoff of $4,000. You'll notice here your base unprotected payment is still $426 for 60 months at a 7.5% rate, with your base amount financed at $21,278.76. Now, your 3 choices. Platinum, your total protection plan, covers the vehicle service contract, parts and labor, towing, rental reimbursement, trip interruption, priced at $1,595. You have your guaranteed asset protection, paying that deficiency up to $50,000 for $495. LoJack, vehicle theft recovery system, paying up to $5,000 at $995. The last one is the theft loss protection, deters the thieves, but if not, does pay you a cash benefit up to $4,550. That's $295. You have phenomenal credit. I did make a call to the bank. You are able to extend your loan to 66 months, keeping your rate the same at 7.5% if you choose. With that being said, at 60 months, $496.10, 66 months, $458.96. Okay. Slide over to the gold package. You'll still get your vehicle service contract, your gap protection, and your LoJack. We'll just go ahead and remove the theft loss protection. At 60 months, you'll be at $489.73. At 66 months, you'll be at $453.07. You do have the silver package available if you chose. You would get the vehicle service contract and the gap. We just removed the LoJack and the theft loss protection. At 60 months, you'd be $468.24, and at 66 months, you'd be at $433.19. Now, David, I gotta ask, based on what we've talked about, which one of these packages would benefit your family the most?
Well, I gotta say the gold package sounds like that's probably the one for me.
David, that's a fantastic choice. Now, the only question I have for you, are you considering 66 months or do you want to stick with 60?
Let's stick with the 60.
Fantastic. Now, if I could, can I get you to initial the 60 months and then sign here at the bottom for me, please? Perfect. Thank you so much. Now, I've got to print one more document here real quick. It's going to show everything that you have accepted and everything that you have declined today. Okay. You can see here
Okay.
on your left-hand side, my right-hand side, or everything that you have accepted. Vehicle service contract, gap, and LoJack. On your right-hand side, you see that you declined the theft loss protection at just $6.57 a month. Now, if that's how you'd like to keep it, go ahead and sign there at the bottom for me.
Okay.
Fantastic. Now I'm going to go ahead and print all of your contracts for the service contract, gap, and LoJack, as well as your retail installment contract. We're almost to the finish line. You ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I can't wait to get on the road.
Absolutely. Who are you going to show the car off to first?
My wife.
Wife? Good choice. Happy wife, happy life. We know.
Happy life. That's what they say.
All right, David. So what I've got here for you is your vehicle service contract. Just shows that we're covering a 2020 Honda Accord LX for the next 60 months or 100,000 miles. You do have the disappearing deductible, $0 if you choose to do business with us, 100 if you go outside of us. I just need your signature at the bottom. Thank you. Next one I have for you is the guaranteed asset protection. Shows we're protecting your 2020 Honda Accord. Price of $495. If I could have you sign at the bottom. Perfect. Last one I have for you is the LoJack. Same thing, shows we're covering your 2020 Accord. Shows that you will be eligible for a max benefit of $5,000 with a sale price of $995. Please just sign at the bottom for me. Fantastic. All right, to the meat and the potatoes, retail installment contract. David, unfortunately, I present this contract a lot, and sometimes I go kind of fast. If I'm going too fast, please slow me down. Whatever questions you have, I will get resolved for you, okay?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn this sideways so we can read it together, go over all the numbers, and then I'll have you sign at the very end.
Okay.
Okay? Here at the top, I show your name and your address. David Gardner, 123 Main Street, Scottsdale, Arizona. Listing
Yep.
Automotive Dealership Institute as the seller. I show here you're purchasing a new 2020 Honda Accord LX, VIN number ending in 1111. The cost of your credit as a yearly rate, also known as your APR, 7.5%. Your finance charges, that will be the amount your credit costs you if you keep the vehicle for the full extent of the loan, $4,942.43. Next, I have your amount financed. Amount financed is $24,441.37. Just below that, I have your total number of payments. After you make all your payments on time, you're looking at $29,383.80. Okay. Total sale price, including your down payment of $3,075, is $32,458.80. Okay. Just to the right here, you'll notice your retail or your payment schedule, 60 months, $489.73, beginning on November 2nd and the 2nd of every month following that. You do have a security interest in the vehicle. What that means is the vehicle is being held as collateral until you pay it off in full. Late charges. Just so you know, if your payment is not made in full within 10 days of the due date, you are likely to face a late charge not to exceed 5% of the unpaid balance. The next one, just below that, talks about prepayments. This is a simple interest loan, David. There's no penalty for paying it off early. My advice to all my customers, if you can pay extra, do so. If you can pay it off early, do so. That's how you beat the finance charges. Okay? Now, on the back side of this contract has a lot of information about default payments, paying it off early, any of the penalties, which I already told you was none. Would you like a chance to read that before we move forward?
No, I can read it when I get home.
Fantastic. Next thing I want to show you here, itemization of amount finance. This is going to break down that amount finance for you so you understand where we got that number. Okay, your cash selling price is $23,990. That includes your low jack that you purchased of $995. Your sales tax is $1436.37, bringing your total to $25,426.37. Here I have listed your vehicle service contract for 60 months or 100,000 miles with a retail price of $1595, bringing your new total to $27,021.37. Here I have listed your 15 Honda Civic, gross allowance of $5575 with a payoff of $4,000 for a net trade-in of $1575. That $1575 on top of your $1,500 initial investment brings your total initial investment to $3,075, bringing your unpaid balance of $23,946.37. Here I have listed your gap protection with a retail value of $495, bringing your new amount financed to $24,441.37. Right here on line 11, it talks about property insurance. This simply states that you understand you have to keep full coverage insurance the entire length of the loan, as required by the lender. Now I show you've already gotten that taken care of with USAA.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, right down here, this first red box talks about limitations, exclusions of the product warranty. Simply what that means to you is that the manufacturer warranty, that 336, is provided to you by the manufacturer, not to us as the dealership. If you have comments, questions, and concerns, we'll help facilitate that and get you with the right people at the manufacturer. If you need to facilitate any warranty work or any, what's the word I'm looking for? Open recalls, we can do that here. But if you have problems with that warranty, you'll want to get a hold of them.
Okay.
Fair enough? Next box I have for you here is notice to buyer. Simply put, David, you should not sign this document until you've had a chance to read it and go over it, as we've done. You also shouldn't sign it if there's any blank spaces. You also are entitled to an accurate copy of what you have signed. Okay? An exact copy to be exact. Next, it kind of gets redundant and it talks about limitations or liabilities on the insurance again. That's just reminding you, keep full coverage the entire length of the loan or until the vehicle's paid off in full. Underneath that, we are regulated by the great state of Arizona and the Department of Financial Institutes. If you have any problems with this contract or you notice any discrepancies, I hope that you call me first because I'm going to take care of it to the best of my abilities. But if you don't feel like I've given you 110%, you're more than welcome to reach out to them. And it does list their number right here for you at 602-771-2800. Okay?
Okay. Sure.
Perfect. Now what I'm going to have you do first is sign the buyer's copy. That will be your copy, which I'll give to you here in just a second. So if you would, please sign here. Fantastic. Now we'll rip that one out. And I just need you really quick to go ahead and sign my copies. There are 3 of them, so if you could press hard, I'd appreciate it. Fantastic. Now that completes your paperwork, Mr. Gardner. Congratulations. You're the proud owner of a 2020 Accord.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, before I let you go, here at Honda of Scottsdale, we pride ourselves on customer service. And you will, in fact, get a survey about your experience with myself in the sales department in the next 24 to 48 hours. I got to ask, is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to give us the highest score possible when you get that survey?
Oh, no, you guys been great.
David, I appreciate that. Music to my ears, that's what I like to hear every time. Please make sure you look out for it, get it filled out. We really use that as a teaching tool to help us do better. than what we did
Okay.
today. Because I don't want you to have a great experience. I want you having an exceptional experience.
Okay. Will do.
Let's find your salesman and get you out of here.
Alrighty.